travelers. Welcome back to the Inn of Planar Crossroads, and welcome back to Broken Universe. Episode should be 3. So, first off, our disclaimer. This is an adult podcast that sometimes features adults using adult language. You have been warned.
Achilles, say thanks, Dad.
Meow,
There you
meow.
go. That's what you get.
You
Thanks,
have been
Dad.
warned.
We
The
have
Pathfather
been
has spoken. So, let's do announcements real quick. Less than 5 minutes. You can time me. Here we go. Patreon for Black Dragon Gaming and the Inn of Planar Crossroads is going. Inn of Planar Crossroads has 2 goals set up thus far. $50 a month. When we reach that, we will give away a rule book of the winner's choice. And at $100 a month, we will give away a special edition Pathfinder 2E rulebook for your collection. Second is our next subscriber appreciation one-shot is going to be happening at 400. We are currently almost there. We have, let me make sure, I don't want to misquote. We have 345. So we have 55 subs left. That's pretty impressive considering we started at 200 earlier this year.
You're making them gains, son.
Yeah, you guys are killing
Mad gains. So, you have to make the really, really bad face when you do it because that just makes it better.
I don't even have to make a face. I just.
But that's the next subscriber one shot will be at 400. Colin will be running that one, and it should be interesting. Assuming his schedule works out this time, should be very interesting. I look forward to watching it. Monthly giveaway for this month is going to be a Hero Forge. It's going to be like we'll give you a gift cert basically for a Hero Forge, and you can either use that, just that, or you can get it on top of an order for yourself, so you can save yourself some money. So,
Man, that's a Gen Con story I never told you guys. I know I'm kind of interrupting, but you know, like when you go to Hero Forge's Facebook and you see like that orc hunter with like the deer skin and the bow and the barmaid with like the green fire in her hand and stuff. I saw those minis in real life at the Hero Forge thing at Gen Con, and that was so cool. Anyway, sorry. No one else in my world appreciates it. I have to share it for somebody.
I saw the stuff that I saw on the line.
I saw the stuff that you see online in real life, and it was
like
cool.
It's like when you go to the as seen on TV store in the mall.
Yeah, it was.
Or it's kind of like it's kind of like when you meet people that you've only ever met online, actually in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that too. Except for
finally,
one of us is in Sweden.
Yeah.
Too good for the rest of us.
Yeah.
Right. You'll have to come to me.
Dude, I'll accumulate more silver between here and next summer. It will draw you over. You can raid me. It'll be great.
There you go. There's connotations in there that I'm not going to branch into right now. Our audiobook project is making progress. We are getting some of that done, and we should be able to release at least a first part of it onto YouTube and onto our SoundCloud or Podbean, whatever it was. Podbean.
Or SoundCloud.
You guys are SoundCloud rappers now.
Yeah. Hold on. We're gonna release a shitty EP later this year.
Yes.
All in the style of the Beastie Boys.
You guys talk about doing an album all the time.
All right, not until we are in person more often, and that's
in person somewhere that's conducting the recording.
Yes, the audiobook project should release soon. And that's all of our announcements, at least the first parts of it. And that's all of our announcements. So let's begin. You guys are currently in the Slobbering Halfling Inn, or tavern/inn, and everybody set up a time to head to bed and all that. All of the other patrons are going about their normal, nightly, probably, traditions and rituals, nursing their different preferred drinks. Is there anything you would like to do tonight before you head to bed?
So Octarion is super uncomfortable about, like, everything that seems to be going on with the events that have occurred in Milcian and like nature spirits leaving their homes at the like great Evo and plus the readings of Cashew. So Octarion probably is sleeping very not soundly, and probably like any time up before we go to bed isn't like far from where his bow is on his back and just like watching everybody. Because he's expecting, like, especially because Cashew said that there was going to be a time where we're all, I'm paraphrasing, like, our decisions were going to matter soon. Whatever that soon is.
Fair
That's
enough.
the art of the reading, my man.
Soon is when they matter.
Oh, of course. 20 years down the road when I take out that mortgage. Cashew!
Cashew's words will echo in the back of your mind. It's important.
All right. So Octarion is sleeping rather unsoundly.
I would like to
Speaking
know
of-
what my nat 20 was that we cliffhanged last session.
Oh, your net 20 was... No, we didn't totally cliffhang it because it wasn't... all. You guys... I told you guys, I think, but we didn't get it on the recording. Jarrko, when he was walking around through town, one of the things that he noticed specifically was that he passed the slobbering halfling inn while he was, looking around at different stuff. And he knows the rest of the party kind of went there. But while he was there, perhaps one of the motivating factors that encouraged him to hostle with the dwarven cleric was that he saw a familiar set of saddles on some horses that did not bode well for him if they were to bump into each other. A lot of explaining, perhaps. So.
Yeah, it was definitely not because he had no money at all.
Definitely not. Definitely not. All right. Now, speaking of sleeping soundly, what have you guys decided to do with Mulgren? He's currently rather incapacitated, sleeping rather unsoundly.
Oh, I figured he had just fallen out of the back of the wagon and no one had noticed.
Oops. He was kind of rude. We'll leave him.
Yeah, someone rolled him in a gutter and covered him up.
And that's basically the dark times. Mushrooms will grow down there, right? It'll be fine. Be so fine.
Just throw an old horse blanket over him. He'll be fine. He'll sleep well.
I guess we could always, like, if he's just in a coma or something, we have these Dragon's Tears have abandoned the main quest. I wonder if we couldn't activate his and, like, leave it on his body in such a way that he might be, like, ported out to safety or something.
You guys think it's like a
Yeah, we were gonna let him
or
Hearthstone.
something?
He's gonna Hearthstone out.
You said something along the lines of, like, if you don't want to do this anymore, break this stone. So one wonders if we couldn't, like, break Mulgren's.
I mean, you can certainly try that.
I mean, he's been asleep for like 3 days.
Most of 3 days, yes.
I mean, normally when people do that, it's because they're dying.
Yeah, I feel we need to check his blood sugar, personally, in there. I don't have any checks to really, like, back up any of that knowledge, though.
Cashew's real bad at medicine. So.
Octarion is as well.
Jalurie will check on him, see if she can get any idea what's going on.
So I assume, are you guys doing this in the morning or are you doing this tonight?
Why don't we do it before we go to bed?
Yeah, so maybe
Yeah,
he'll
before we
die
go
in our
to bed.
sleep, and we might as well check on him now.
Is everybody who's not Jarrko staying in the same place, by the by?
Yeah,
Okay.
as far as I know.
We'll go hunt Jalurie's ass down because shit's going bad if she's gonna be sleeping somewhere far away. I know Jarrko. I remember he ran with a group of secret backstory things.
That is
So I
a
think
21 medicine on Mulgren.
Okay. A 21 medicine on Mulgren.
Yep.
You know that this does not seem to be motivated by any kind of disease or any kind of I mean, he has no wounds on him. It doesn't seem to be disease-based. He doesn't have any... I mean, you examine him, and while he is your characteristic dwarf that's rather dirty and covered in some rock, silt, and stuff like that, even being so far away from the stones, he doesn't seem to have any wounds or puncture marks or anything where poison might have got in. It doesn't seem to be physically based.
Does it seem like something that some positive energy might help?
Possibly. Don't know.
All right. Well, it's bedtime. We're going to be
Congratulations.
waking up in the morning, getting spells back. So she will cast a heal on him.
And now we're getting attacked in the night. Thanks, Colin.
That's how it works.
It's a good thing I'm actually worse right now on my horse than I am on foot. I'm prepared for this.
I believe that's just a D8, if I'm not mistaken.
It'd be a good way to get you off your horse, anyways. You're all in the tavern. Where's my horse? Outside. No, you can't bring it in here.
Damn it!
You had your
Not
keys.
bringing it in here.
You had
But
your
it
key
is my
ability.
mother.
Down.
It's my mother. I must.
I am playing a centaur. You can't stop me.
It is not your mama.
I don't think that's how centaurs are made. I'm sorry
I
if
really
I
hope
offended the
that's not
centaur
how-
community that are watching.
Centaurs
are
are
There are
fun.
no, I can confidently say there are no centaurs watching our show.
Man, you never know.
I can also confidently say that being an Uber charger as a centaur would be horrible for your back.
So,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
no, for sure. Like the small of your back, where your back becomes your back, as it does this.
Yeah, where a man becomes beast.
so if it does matter at all, he's getting 11 points of hit points back, but whatever.
Good God, did you roll max? You must have rolled max.
One less.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
Medicine's
Damn.
good now. So is heal.
No, that was heal. The heal spell.
That was heal. Medicine is good now.
Damn.
Dang.
You definitely... He definitely seems to calm. He doesn't seem to be shaking or anything like that, and he seems to sweat less as you wipe it away. But it does not seem to make any difference as far as, oh, this guy's got a good...
Cholera.
This guy's got a good, for lack of a better word, constitution going on here. No, he looks like he's ill for some reason, but not in a physical way.
Magical dysentery.
Oh,
I've got the brain runs.
the nine guilds organ trail. Man, on the subject of diseases, did you guys know that filth fever is fatal in Pathfinder 2nd Edition? That will kill
Diseases
you.
should be fatal.
I mean, yeah, it is literally like a viral infection. It's basically sepsis.
it's plague.
Yeah, you fail that save 5 times, you die. Yeah, just not of con damage. You're dead now.
Nice.
It's super spooky.
Super spooky.
Dire rats are a lot meaner now than they used to be.
Nice, says the guy who likes to play rogue trader in the
All right.
Hey,
guess the
I've
last
always
thing you
wanted
do
to-
is,
I was wanting
Knowledge
to play a
religion
character
check.
that uses feces to poison his weapons, and this seems like the addition for that.
Yeah, it really does. It really truly does.
Ugh. Where are you getting the feces?
From your butt, silly.
From my butt.
No, you can't adventure with us. No.
I wipe my butt with my sword.
I mean, use a dagger. Be civilized. I'm gonna attempt an Arcana check because I can. I'll roll a d20 minus 2 and get
Okay.
a 10.
Yeah,
Just
Louis
trying to
will
figure out what's
try
going on here.
religion.
Do I have any intelligence at all? No.
Nat 20 this time.
Critical
Natural
success!
20.
Finally.
All right. So natural 20 automatically succeeds, I believe, in the
That's a
system.
23 total. If that matters.
He's rolling a religion check to recall knowledge, I guess.
Yeah.
Or no, there's a identify magic.
About magic
Yeah.
cholera?
He's
And critical
identifying magic.
successes. So critical success is you learn all the attributes of the magic, including whether it is cursed.
Okay.
So
You're basically identifying the magic. What seems to have happened is that saying you get all of it would be bad for the story. But I will
curse
give you
you, GM Fiat.
Because that would basically blow things like whoa, this and that. But basically, you do get enough to understand that this is definitely more of a not necessarily arcane, but a divine. It's like as if divine magic was not functioning properly. Something has happened. And even though he wasn't a devout servitor, something has happened with the one that he did serve that has led to the, shall we say, ripple effect of causing whomever, not necessarily whomever follows him, but seemingly, it seems like on random, he has been affected by the repercussions of that, the shockwaves of something happening with the deity he serves.
That's not good.
Okay,
Indeed.
so it's not
really
magical
good.
cholera. It's a magical rolling blackout.
Where's my god? He dead. He gone.
Somehow
He
worse.
missing.
There's I feel like there's a simpler explanation for all of this, Colin. It's that you see his
there's
player's
nothing
not here.
So that is possible too. But yeah, you get the idea that from what you can tell, he's basically been, his consciousness is not fully there because he can't come back to his mind, his astral self can't reattach to his body, though it feels those tenuous ties. He probably does not feel good. He probably is very uncomfortable. And this is definitely something that is outside of your and anyone that's with you's wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Fair.
So Jalurie will sort of like quietly tell Octarion this so as not to freak everybody else out.
So as not to freak out Cashew.
Yeah.
Poor Cashew. You have to take care of him.
Octarion will quietly say a quick prayer to Tengri that the same fate does not befall him and also him, Tengri, and then I would like to go to Mulgren's body, draw his great axe, and put it in his hands, like Boromir at the end of Fellowship. I guess that's a spoiler. Sorry, guys. Style like this, so it's in his hands.
The book's been out for decades, and so have the movies, technically.
What if people haven't read it yet? You never know. There could be it could be a kid-friendly series on the end of Planar Crossroads. Regardless, that's the idea. Put the weapon in the warrior's hand in case he passes from this world.
Okay.
Well, Jarrko is not. I mean, he's kind of like used the facilities, the shrine.
The bathroom.
I'm gonna go coat my great axe in shit.
Yeah.
How lawful good of you. You gotta switch to Glonder.
And then I'll go to sleep
yeah.
eventually.
My god has officially become relevant. Thanks,
Cash is gonna have a couple cups of elderberry wine, and then he's gonna talk to you guys. He's gonna be like, "Why does Mulgren look like he's dead?" And then I'm gonna go to bed.
Octarion's just gonna look over at Jalurie.
He's gonna look over at Jalurie.
And just like
and the necklace, the whole thing. He's gonna look over at Jalurie.
I'm too busy at the jewelry department right now. I'm thinking about proposing to Colin's character, so he doesn't have to be the one to institute the romance this time. I'll just start it. It'll be great. I only have the one horse. I can't offer you that much, but it'll be sweet.
But I can give you a horse.
Good lady.
Yeah.
Hey, that would have been a really fair
It's
prize.
Yeah.
Back in the times, horses are kind of expensive.
Yeah, horses are expensive.
Yeah.
I think the horse is worth like 50 silver.
Yeah, I think they are. 50 silver.
Anyway,
I'm gonna look at Jalurie and just kind of like cock my eyebrows as if to like, should we tell him?
Jalurie will just say, "There's
So I'll get ready to roll deception.
yeah, I guess so.
What do I even
Not
roll
quite.
against that?
You roll against
It's
you roll a perception check against their deception DC.
There's
Mine ain't high. Mine's 10.
there's something going on with the magic in the area. It seems like it's sort of hit him at random, which isn't a lie, technically. It's
That's
just
not the whole truth.
Yeah, that's true. It does. They do say deception is not including the whole truth in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, so you can't get around with that half-truth shit.
Damn it.
All right.
Octarion's not going to say a word.
So this is only at a +3 instead of a +4, unfortunately.
You don't roll. You have a DC that's set.
Oh, DC. Based on deception?
Yes.
It looks like because he's lying. Well, it could go
Yeah.
either way.
It's
And I'm reading lie under
If he's
deception.
lying, why wouldn't he roll? What would be the point of
He
having
rolls
deception?
a single deception check and compares it against the perception DC of every creature he's trying to fool. The
yeah.
GM
Oh.
may modify this DC.
Okay, so the
So-
active person does the rolling. I got
Yeah.
you.
Right.
Okay.
It's against what, my class DC?
Well, no,
Perception.
Against your perception
your
DC.
perception.
My
You're the one that
perception.
does perception DC.
Do I set the
So-
DC?
I think it's 10
DC
plus
is-
plus
As if
your
you'd taken a 10.
bonus.
Yeah, it's a passive check basically.
All right.
Octarion has a total of 13 to not look real suspicious. Well, I don't have a
So,
charisma. Never
This
mind.
might not go too well, because that's only a 12.
Yeah, I'll beat
What
the
is your
sorcerer.
DC? What is your DC?
Cashew looks at you real beady-eyed, and he looks at Mulgren. He looks at Octarion. He looks at you, whatever your name is. Ooh,
Tibelda.
Ooh.
that's
Tibelda's not here right now.
That's definitely the
Tibelda's
wrong-
also passed out, and we just started talking about it.
Tibelda
fell
is
asleep
fine.
early.
She's drinking at the bar.
Ah,
You do the
Damn.
bit, damn it.
Let Sam Regal do his roleplay.
Yeah, fine. Never mind. The moment is passed. I go to bed.
I guess
My
that means we
DC
passed.
Yeah, my DC's 11.
Yes!
Oh,
Bum, bum.
We did it. We did it, Achilles. We beat Mr. Cashew.
I've got a wisdom of 10.
I was
All right.
hoping for that.
So that's Mulgren's state. Tibelda is basically chilling at the bar. She is aware of what's going on with Mulgren, but not actively doing anything about it just yet.
yeah, I figure Jalurie would probably mention it to her as well, considering she's known her the longest out of anyone here.
That is also fair.
Indeed, it is.
But after that, she's going to go to bed.
Okay. So that is doable. You guys head to bed. You can make me some perception checks just for fun.
Just
Pass.
for fun. You shut the hell up. This is not for
I-
fun. This is serious.
I choose to sleep through the night unless someone wakes me.
Unless you die in a
Fair
fire.
enough.
Okay.
If there are blood
now I
fart
believe-
monsters,
We'll jump out the window. It'll be great. It wasn't us.
10.
I have a 20.
Nice.
Okay. Octarion, where are you sleeping?
Octarion is sleeping. I guess, do we all have our own rooms? I don't remember. I think we had talked about
Jalurie
everybody
was
got
just
like one room.
doing the common sleeping thing with her bedroll.
Okay, yeah, that's where Octarion is too. Just like back to the wall that would put me opposite the most amounts of entries or exits from the place with my bow strung and like, well, no, with my javelins. I have to remember javelins are better now. With my javelins like within arm's reach of me.
Okay. So you're able to sleeping in the commons room means that there is the occasional person that goes in or out. Not so much during the main sleeping hours, mind you. But
Sure.
you're sleeping and then you hear someone come in and go out and come in. It's probably everything shuts down in the inn and tavern. In the person that runs the night shift usually falls asleep also by about 2 in the morning, and somewhere in that nighttime period, after the person has fallen asleep, you hear the door creak creak louder than you would probably have expected it to creak for someone trying to come in quietly, but at the same time, you can tell it was done furtively.
Alrighty. What's the light level like in here?
Dim light.
Okay, sweet. The low light vision the party doesn't know I have works. Do I see anybody come in?
Make me a perception check.
Alrighty. That's a 22? Yeah.
22. Let me check this quickly.
If that's a to seek, there's a definitive thing.
There it is to seek.
Okay, so I just had skills up, and then I started looking at what the critical failure on a strike is, and there's none, by the by. Our perception's not under skills anymore. Where do I find it? That's awkward. Well, I have a
Next to health.
I forget what it said. Next to health. Seek. There we go. Okay, so I can search mechanically when we use perception checks now. It's like in a cone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm. It's I'm gonna choose a 30-foot cone between me and the direction of the sound.
Okay, that would be
And,
the door.
And that's against his stealth DC of any unseen creature within the area.
Okay. You see about 2 people come in.
Okay.
They look to be halflings from what you see, and they're definitely trying to be sneaky, but not necessarily doing the best job.
Okay.
One, they did not seem to disturb anybody but you, really. One seems to be sneaking behind the counter, and one seems to be making its way along the wall and going towards the first person that is sleeping over in a corner.
Okay. Oh, we don't have. I think perception is what we use to like sense motive now. I think. 'Cause I'm pretty sure these are thieves.
I think it's social, is it not?
Is
Society?
Don't think so.
Society, really?
It's like knowledge
That'd be weird.
local.
Yeah.
To pay
I wanna say it's another-
142.
I want to say it's a perception check because that's what deception is rolled against, right? Because before I start shooting people, I'd like to see if I could like put together what even is happening.
Okay.
So I guess we'll call it a perception check. It's a 20. Yeah, 17 plus. I think I had 3. Yeah, this is 20.
Okay. So you can tell they are definitely trying to sneak around and thieve things. That's what they're doing.
Okay. Okay. In that case, Octarion is going to pick up a javelin, and I want to throw it in the direction of like the guy who went like behind the bar. You said, I think, just like to land near his face area, but not to hit him, just to like startle them.
Okay.
I don't necessarily know, like
Yeah,
the
you're right, it
penalty
is
for killing
perception.
randos. Fair enough.
So
here's
you
an
are
attack
aiming
roll.
at the bar, not the halfling.
Yeah, not him. Just like close to him. And it's the strike is a. I guess I can't hunt the bar. That'd be funny. 17.
17. You definitely hit the bar. It goes spring, and the barkeep that was leaning on his arm goes, "Ugh. What's going on? What? Greatly, a little drool is coming out of his mouth. But at this, you see the one. Well, you know the one over near the corner in the darker shadows, which leaves the dim light area and goes into
Okay.
darkness. a regular darkness, stops, just flat stops. But the one that was there darts out of the establishment very quickly, and the barman goes, "Oh, get back here!" And he starts to trundle out. He's got this big rotund halfling belly just wobbling back and forth. "Come back here! Get back!" And he runs out with he seems to have found his wife's rolling pin and is running out after that individual.
Nice. So I guess my next question would be, does anyone up to and including members of the party wake up at the sounds of javelin embedding into wood?
Sound of combat is still a DC 5?
Yeah. So
I mean, I rolled an 18.
Penalty.
there was yelling from the from the barman. So I'm pretty sure everybody that would want to wake up wakes up. But
Yeah,
Cashew is
so-
pretty- he doesn't want to wake up. He's like, go to sleep. Cashew doesn't want to wake up.
Well, I mean, this is noise. This is no different than if someone came to wake him up.
Yep. So if you choose to wake up, you do. So Octarion can explain what he wants to explain.
Octarion's going to just move in the direction of the shadows. I'm going to draw my... Do I have line of sight to the... No, he's in the shadows, you said. I can't see him anymore. Right? Okay, so that makes him... Oh, I just looked at these when I made that video. It makes him sensed, I think. Makes him hidden.
Yeah, he's concealed, but he is sensed.
A creature that is sensed is only barely perceptible. You know what space the sensed creature occupies, but little else.
Okay.
Right. You know the last space you saw him.
So I can target him, but it's a DC 11 flat check.
Well, if we're going to be going into initiative, I was going to say Jalurie can put a light on one of those javelins.
That's up to
That
you.
might be the
guys.
best thing to do.
So she'll do it.
Octarion is definitely combative.
There's like all that noise. You're kind of throwing things across the bar.
Cashew,
got,
someone might steal your new hurdy-gurdy. It's
He's
important.
got like
Wake up.
both his drumsticks clutched in one hand because he sleeps with them every night.
Like you did at 14.
No, I didn't get a drumstick when I was like
No.
almost 20.
Fair.
Like when I was 19.
Thank
Yeah, okay,
you.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Man.
No.
Jeez.
I definitely used to sleep with a guitar in my bed, not to be edgy, but because I would just fall asleep and I'd set my guitar down, just boop, go to bed. I don't know how they all didn't die. Anyway, is it perception for initiative?
Yeah,
Mm,
but
if
you
you
get
guys
20-foot bright light on one of your javelins.
Okay. God, I really need to figure out how to justify acrobatics for initiative every time for Octarion. I would like to do a flip! Yeah, it'll be fine. 21.
All right.
What else can you roll for initiative?
Whatever skill
everything.
checks you want.
What you're doing at the time, basically.
So I need to jump constantly.
You're
Or maybe
constantly
actually
leaping
train
everywhere.
stealth.
So that's
Nobody's
9.
gonna steal from Cashew.
All right. So that means who is what? Do we
Well,
have it?
I have a 21.
There we go.
Is Jarrko here?
He's rolling
Nope.
for funsies.
Oh, fair enough.
Jarrko has
No,
23.
no, that was my perception.
Oh, but you're not there.
No,
That's
but,
from last
but-
time.
No, that's my perception for getting sneaked up in the night.
Oh, okay. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. That most recent, that 13 is my initiative. I'm still on the ground though.
All right, still prone. And 21 and 9. Okay. It seems everybody's going before the halfling. So, Tommy, you go first. What
Yeah,
does
so for my
Octar
fir-
want to do?
For my first action, I will attempt to strike an unseen creature. I'm going to make a flat check, DC 11. I've rolled a 6, so I miss.
Oh,
But
does that
the-
bright
I'm
light
throwing-
change anything?
You
The
haven't
bright light
cast
from-
light yet. You guys wanted to
Oh,
enter
yeah.
the initiative before you
You're
cast light. So
Okay, fair.
fair enough. Okay. In
That's
that
on
case, I
you.
just straight miss him.
We could have done this
Okay.
out of turn order, but no.
no, everybody was
yeah.
everybody was so like, oh, let's get in the turn order.
Hey man, initiative's important. Let me double check how hunt works. I imagine I have to see him. Single creature, I can I hear him because I beat the perception check?
Well, you beat the previous perception check.
Because
the
the
situation
requirement for
changed.
hunt target is I can see or hear the target.
Okay, then at the moment, no. You
Okay.
can't. He's being very still and quiet because
I see.
it was found out.
Okay. In that case, for my second action, I will attempt to seek him. It is a 22 in his direction versus his stealth DC.
Okay. You seem to look about a bit, and you catch movement just the person that's sleeping there who hasn't bothered to get up. You assume that they're sleeping. They're snoring very loudly and seem quite inebriated when you last saw them awake. So basically, they are drunk asleep, and they he seems to have gone under the table that they are leaning over on.
Alrighty. And now that Octarion has figured out where this guy is, Octarion will... I don't have a good flavor for my hunt yet, because I'm not like a ranger in the classical, like, nature-y guy kind of way. I guess Octarion's just gonna like close his eyes for a second and focus, and mechanically that's how hunt target will trigger.
Okey-dokey.
And that is all three of my actions.
You did not have to move to get up there.
Right. So it was one action to try to strike, and then one action to seek, and then one action to hunt him.
Oh, okay. I see.
Because I'm pretty sure seek, if telling your allies where somebody is a action, and like seek has to be right.
Yeah, it is.
There's point
There you
out,
go.
which is an action.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
That is.
I guess I get it.
Kind of silly. But anyway,
So that's me.
all right. So next up is Kane. Cash, you gonna stay down, or is you gonna? Nothing's happened yet.
So the table where this guy's hiding is not over by me, is it?
No. So the way it seems to be situated is there's a large hearth that you guys were able to find spots around to sleep in, and from the position of the hearth, there is the bar on the right that had the barkeep behind it. The front door is directly opposite of the hearth, and then to the left from where you are is where the bar gets kind of dark on the edge there, and that's where the guy's passed out and the halfling is under the table.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stay where I am for now.
Okay. All right. That means we're going to Jalurie.
All right. So where is Octarion compared to where she is?
He's about maybe 10 feet in front of you. You're kind of in between the. He's over by the table, and you are just right there with him. About, we'll say 10 feet, just to give it a number.
All right. So what she's gonna do is she's going to cast light on one of her gauntlets,
Okay.
and she is going to, I guess, stride in that direction and see if anything is illuminated, basically.
Okay. So, action for light. You stride forward.
Light is
yeah.
2 actions, but yes.
Oh, is it?
Yes. So that's all I can do.
Spells yet in my reading.
Yeah, pretty much
Um,
all the cantrips are 2 actions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not shield.
They're all really good.
Okay. So, you definitely bring the light level up. I believe it brings it up 1 level. Is that correct?
It's 20 feet of bright light by the object, and I don't know how that affects everything around it.
Okay. You definitely are able to put the light up. The guy that's sleeping goes and turns his head and moves to the side. But underneath, you clearly have enough light to discern a halfling that's in dark brown and dark black, black and dark brown clothing.
All right, that's my turn.
All right, now it's the halfling's turn. He gonna run. So he's going to move his full movement. First thing he's going to do is move past Octarion.
Okay,
And
I have no reactions.
get 20 feet to the door. Then he's going to try to go through the door, which will be 10 feet. So,
Does that take him past me within arm's reach?
no, because it's deep-wise, it is about 20 feet. So we've got a 20-foot between the door and you. Well, 20 feet from the hearth to the door, and about a 40-ish foot, if you're counting behind the bar, set up for the length, for the width of the bar, for the width of the building. So you move through that. He moves away and out to run away. That is his movement.
I could hurl a club at him.
As a reaction?
No, I could just enter the initiative.
Oh, fair.
Nah, not my problem. There he is. There he goes. Bye-bye.
Oh, capricious
Cashew,
little thing.
sweetie. Yes, you're not stealing from me.
All right. It runs off, and it is now at the top of the order, but we're going to come in and see what's happening with Jarrko first before you guys decide to pursue or not. It's up to you guys. So, Jarrko, through the night, you also sleep fairly well. Right around midnight, when one day would shift over to another, you hear something of a familiar sound that is not uncommon in your halls at home. The hammer and the sound of a hammer on an anvil. Ping! And it seems to resonate through all of that. A single strike seems to resonate through all the stone halls. And it must have been a good one. They have different qualities as they resonate through the stone sometimes. But you get this resonating feeling that vibrates the stone just right. And it makes you feel very comfortable and very much at home in this place that is definitely not home.
He'll hum together with the resonating sound.
There you go. So there's that comforting moment there. Now we can come back to the top of the initiative order. Tommy, is Octarion going to pursue or no?
How far away is he from me?
He has moved. You were technically 5 feet closer to the door. That means he moved. You can move 15 feet to the door, and then you assume he moved about 10 feet out. So.
Okay. So he's 25 feet away from me. All right. I'm really tempted to try to go attempt an athletics check to grab this guy, but the grapple rules are weird, and I still haven't quite figured out how they work.
I think you have to beat his DC.
Here we go. Okay.
Are we
Against
not
his
past
fort
to the next
DC?
morning?
No, not at the next morning just yet. This is like
No.
2. Well, it's like 2 in the morning. 2-ish in the morning.
He'd have a really good acrobatics, though. Okay, I will stride to the door. Do
Okay.
I see him?
You're chasing directly behind him, so you still see him. He is,
Okay.
in fact, yes, about technically 5 feet out of the door.
Alright, in that case, I'm just gonna try to strike him twice. I'd like to try to grab him, but he'd be able to acrobatics out pretty easy, I assume. So we're just gonna make that first strike. I've rolled an 8. I'm so good at this game. The curse of Roth is real. 13 to hit.
13 to hit. Where's his AC at there?
It's
He
level
seems
1.
to.
That might get him.
No, he seems to just dodge out of the way real quick. Like, ah!
Alrighty. Second attack takes a -4, not a -5, because I've hunted him, and that's a. Oh, I wish there was more room on these character sheets so I could just conveniently write all of my attacks, all the bad for him. Well, I'm adding 5, so it's D20 plus 1. How about a 19? Is that better?
That does hit.
Alrighty. 1d6 plus strength. 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. You seem to have really wounded him. You drive your. What were you hitting him with?
A javelin.
So you drive your javelin into his side, and he doesn't get off the javelin. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing, mate? Oh, by the gods! He's just a little nick. He's just getting money. Just needed to go up to feed my family. Oh, God!" And he looks down at his gut. He's got a jab in it. And he gets off the javelin. Oh! And he's gonna try and run off some more. When it's his turn.
Alrighty. Is talking still a free action?
Technically, yes. As long as it's
then,
something quick.
Okay, so I'm just gonna I will, as he's screaming all this out, just do what he's stolen.
You look to see what he stole. Ask him what he's stolen.
Is it super obvious that is there a coin purse or something in his hand that might not be his or something like that?
You you've used all your actions, so
I can't seek to figure it out.
check. But just glancing as best you can, just looking at him, there doesn't seem to be anything out of place.
Okay, fair enough.
He's using both. He's not holding anything except for he had a dagger.
Okay.
So,
in that case, Octarion will just stop. You violated the law. No, that's basically the idea. I turn into the Oblivion Guard.
All right.
And I kind of as I tell him that if he'll stop and explain what he's doing and return what he's stolen, I'll look back at Jalurie and kind of I don't know how to surreptitiously say, hey, this guy's gonna bleed out if we don't help him. Because
I don't know how to civilization. Is this legal?
I don't. Is this a legal action? Anyway, that's all I got.
Okay. So that is that. He screamed that out in Goth. I didn't say that last time, but everybody who speaks Common speaks Goth.
Okay.
Good.
So that's just
all the people of your setting are going to cut themselves on all this edge.
I know, man. It's edgy. There's shadows everywhere. Ugh.
Oh yeah.
Even the watchers are going to just get sliced just by watching them. All right. Anyway, that means we are two we're two Cashew, excuse me.
Nope, I don't have any healing magic. I guess I'll get up and walk outside and be like, "Why are you screaming now? Oh my God, you hit him with a javelin. What's wrong with you? Why would you do that for?"
He's just stealing things. I didn't even take anything yet.
So, yeah, see, he didn't even take anything yet.
That we know of.
You mean Octarion?
Yeah, it's uncalled for.
What if he'd stolen your drums?
Then he would be dead, but that did not happen.
See? What if he stole something that was like that person? And I lean back, pointing at the man who was drunk and has been roused by the light. What if he stole something like your drums from that man?
I don't think that man has anything like that. I mean, he probably does, but I'm pretty sure he already drank it.
All right. You hear this discussion, Jalurie. Do you come
All right. Yeah, what she's going to do is she's going to try and get on the other side of him, between him and Octarion. She has a move speed of 30, so I don't know if that's doable in the first action, but if not, I'll just take another move.
You would have to do 2 moves because it is just outside of that to get past him.
Okay. She will do so, sort of look him over, and then she is going to spend another use of heal.
Okay.
on him for her third action
Okay, so you're healing the halfling
for 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. His wound seems to close up, and he's like, huh? Oh, what? Huh? Oh. See, she knows what she's doing. She's got it right idea.
I don't know about that. She's just fixing Octarion's mess.
And my perception DC is 13.
You're what?
My perception DC is 13. I'm just throwing that out there for the GM in case a deception roll might need to be made.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I think it's just come on. I'm gonna pick you up. And we're gonna put you back on your feet, and I'm gonna walk over there and help him up. And
Okay, this big. Where are you? He just kind of looks up at you, considering he's only like 3 or 4 feet tall, and you're 7. Almost
You know what?
8.
Yeah, he's huge. He's probably closer to a little over 8 feet.
Yeah, he like leans all the way down and sets him back on his feet. And he's got his hands on his shoulders. He's, it's not nice to take things from people if you get caught. So I think you should go in and say you're sorry.
Boy, I didn't take anything yet.
It's also a 22 athletics for grapple.
Okay, so you're legit grabbing him.
Yeah, he's got his hands on his shoulders, but like Cashew's hands are roughly the size of this small man's torso.
Yeah, yeah. So you definitely are able to. You feel a good grab on him.
Yeah, it's kind of like I'm holding a real big sandwich.
Just take a bite out of him if he gets out of line.
Yeah.
Jalurie sort of looks at him.
No, we're still in initiative now.
Oh,
You guys
are we?
Initiative. You guys
Yeah.
want initiative. We haven't come
Okay.
down around to this thing.
Okay, Jill, I think you should be. I don't know where the barkeep went, but he's gonna come back, and he looked pretty mad. So you should probably say you're sorry to him.
And I'm gonna pick him up and I'm gonna stride back as my third action because it was a stride, a grapple, and a stride. Stride back into the bar.
Spring attack, grappling.
He's protesting, saying, "Oh, wait! I didn't say it. I didn't do anything to be
Well, see,
sorry
now
for
this
you."
is what happens when you get caught. If you're gonna do it, you gotta not let people see you.
But I could lose a finger.
About who? Who's gonna cut your finger off?
The gods.
They're not gonna cut your finger off.
He holds up.
Octarion
one of his
looks at
hands
his
that's missing 2 fingers.
Man, you're really bad at this.
I know.
Did you say I know?
Yeah.
I bet we can work this all out. Where's that barkeep?
He's chasing his mate down the thing thus far. It's only been like 12 seconds or something.
Yeah, that's my 3 actions. So that's me, I guess.
All right. Well, the rest of the night seems to go well for Jarrko. Wonderfully.
I mean, that's something.
Yeah. We're sleeping in a blessed area, which is basically what happens when you harmonize with the sound of the anvil, the new day sound. You get a +1 on a roll of your choice this session. Ooh.
Oh.
So now we're back at the top, and we can leave initiative order if you guys wish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I want to convince the however we get around to doing this. I want to convince the barkeep not to call the guards. But I do want to basically force this halfling man to apologize for sneaking in here to steal.
Okay.
Yeah. And Jalurie was going to I guess if we're waiting for the barkeep to come back, she'll pay him 2 silver for a few days worth of cheap, or not a few days, for 20 days worth of cheap meals for the guy.
Okay.
And you all are so much nicer than me.
Man, I wasn't gonna buy him a house in the Alps or anything. I just wanted him to say he was sorry.
Octarion's gonna go gather up the javelins he used, and then I would like to I guess it's a perception check to give the halfling an ocular pat down. Actually, I think I'm gonna I'm gonna be Mac from Sunny real quick. I'm gonna make sure he's good. Actually, I'd like to go a little beyond that and actually frisk him and see if he's carrying anything he shouldn't be.
Okay.
All right, he's about 3 feet off the ground. He's probably right at shoulder level with you.
Yes, it's so convenient.
Wait, no, no, that's not necessary.
All right, that's all me.
So, you see that he's basically he's got his little dagger that he was holding. He didn't drop it or anything. He's kind of just holding it like this because he can't put it up in the sheath because he's kind of grappled. So he's just left it there in his hand. He does have a sling on him, and that's pretty much it. You do find 2 copper pieces in his purse. So
Okay. I think we can assume the copper pieces were there. Silver standard means copper's a little more valuable now than it used to be, but yeah, no, I'm good. I will.
Because I'll catch you.
I guess
we'll have to do all of this over.
awkwardly tell the halfling that it's okay. Just kind of be that security guard. Just check out. Congratulations.
Oh yeah.
And I too will.
Okay. The unfortunate thing is when the barkeep comes back, he has a guard with him.
Uh-oh.
So, it looks to be a young guard. The barkeep comes in his, again, rotund halfling body, swaying back and forth. And yep, and they was right there, and they came in and they got who's it? Is that one of them? Was it more than one?
No, this is Charlie. He's old friend of Cashew's. He swung by when you were gone, and we were having a talk, weren't we, Charlie?
Yeah. We was having a grand old visit. It was Cashew. Yeah.
I'm rolling that deception.
Says the bard. Says the one who can pass it.
Not amazing. It's a 14.
Well, he got pretty close to what you did. And now I got to roll for the guard. No, you
don't roll for the guard.
It's DC.
Perception DC.
Yeah.
But you can add conditions though.
Yeah.
Conditional penalty for the half.
Can they have a conditional bonus for being enormous?
Yeah, they don't have conditions in the book. They just say that you can add them. Unfortunately.
Yeah. All right. You said your result was what?
14.
14? The guard gives you a hard look, Cashew. And he looks at him, and the dude has gestured with his hand that only has 3 fingers. And so he looks like, well, why don't you just make sure that your friend doesn't get into any more trouble?
Yeah, no, it'll be real easy. And I put him back down on the ground. I pat him on the shoulder, maybe a little harder than is strictly necessary.
There's a crater in the inn.
Yeah, there definitely won't be in any trouble tonight. We're law-abiding citizens and junk.
We are.
Jalurie looks at the barkeep and says, I guess quietly waiting for the guard to leave, I suppose. Yeah, that's better. Wait for the guard to leave, then talk to him.
Seems good.
Well, the guard sticks around long enough to get information that he can relay to the rest. He looks over to the halfling while he's visiting with the barkeep, and with you guys about what happened and interviewing you. He asks who threw the javelin, where you were, where everybody was when it happened, stuff like that. Takes for the rest of the morning, basically. It's getting to be 5 o'clock before it's all wrapped up. So you guys are there 2 hours, just wrapped up in it. And then after that, He goes to leave.
Okay, and while the halfling is still there, but the guard is leaving, she'll look at the barkeep and in halfling say, I'm sorry for your trouble, but if this particular halfling does come back, make sure he gets some good meals for about a month, and she hands him 2 silver to cover 20 poor meals.
24
worth of food.
meals.
20 poor meals.
20 poor meals. Okay, I thought you said
Yeah.
24. 24 meals of food. Well, the barkeep looks at you and is like, all right, I guess I can do that. You sure he's your friend? Well, what's his name then?
Charles. Name is Charles.
Charles.
Yeah, Charlie for short. I know it's not really
Charlie.
shorter, but like Charlie sounds better, right?
Right. Okay. So Charlie. Charlie Three Fingers, I guess.
Charlie Bucket.
Charlie kicks the bucket. No. Charlie Bucket. All right. So you're just paying for his meals in advance then?
Yep. She nods.
All right. It's your silver. He puts it in the thing. Hey, Bucket. Oh, yeah, mate. Yeah. I'm not your mate. Oh, right. She paid for it. Here's your breakfast. And he starts to get it ordered and stuff. The wife has come down by now. And she's probably the one that rules the roost around here. And she's definitely not happy that something happened. But to his credit, the barkeep doesn't bring up Charlie about with it. So there's a lot of, oh no, Mom, it's fine. Don't you worry about it. So
I think during the 2 hours that everyone was talking to the guard and they were he was taking his witness statement and everything. I think Cashew was like doing what bards do, and he was making small talk with Charlie, sort of getting his story straight and everything. So now they're they eat breakfast together this morning, and
okay.
he's sort of getting buddy with Charlie Bucket, and he remembers to call him Charlie all the time. Because I made sure not to ask him his name, so I couldn't fuck it up.
Yeah, good idea.
Jalurie is doing the same thing and adds that if he happens across any interesting information next time she is in town, she would be interested in knowing.
Hey man, don't snake my favor.
Well, technically, she has her own favor. She's paid for a month of meals.
That's true.
And she healed him after the javelin.
Well, that's not so much. You were just doing the right thing.
Yeah.
I am terrible. Octarion, I've been during breakfast. It's probably awkward for him. I'm just gonna sit down across the table and I'm gonna look at him. So why are you stealing from people?
Probably because he's broke.
Probably because he's broke, but I'd like to hear it from him, Cashew.
I'm just saying.
Why
Why are you stealing from people, Charlie Bucket?
Probably because I'm broke.
Yeah, I told you. I'm really good at this sort of thing.
You are.
Yeah, he
Cashew,
is.
we need a reading.
He says,
Okay. Doesn't really apply in this situation because I got pleasure, politics, and romance.
That seems to apply a lot.
So, you guys had a night of pleasure.
I think I'm introducing Charlie Bucket as a romantic interest.
You guys,
Jalurie?
well,
Yes.
you guys get up and get your food and everything. As everything's getting done, Tibelda does get up. She's gotten up to get breakfast. She slept through the whole thing. I mean, you didn't wake her up for nothing. She's just out. She gets up, stretches, and you see Charlie's eyes go wide. He's like, ooh. And he kind of elbows, he elbows Cashew. And
I just saw Alex go, yeah.
he elbows Cashew, and he's like, see that one? She's got some nice curves on her. Yeah.
So now where does the politics part come in?
I don't know.
You
Maybe
just talk to a guard.
it's the politics of love.
Oh, okay. He's actually running for office here in Knobs Landing, and he needs to raise campaign funds. He's
Well, I
failed
mean, he's a crook.
this many times.
Wouldn't surprise me.
So,
All right, I don't have enough stuff to just give him a thing.
I'm not just gonna give him a thing. He got caught. We already had this discussion. He's really bad at his job.
He did.
And now he owes Cashew a favor.
Now he owes all of us a favor.
Yeah, but like mostly Cashew and kind of Jello.
Mostly not that Carrie tried to kill him. Do you have a family, Charlie?
well, no, I lied about that part. But I was dying. I mean, look at me. Some skins and bones. He lifts up his shirt. He's thin. He is thin.
Okay. Octarion thinks about giving Charlie his scimitar and taking him on the path of the warrior, but doesn't have the money. And
I don't
also
think
doesn't care that much. So Octarion just shakes his head and goes back to eating.
Can you play an instrument with those 3 fingers?
Not that I know of.
Might be a little easier to make money busking than stealing.
Well,
Okay.
You'd probably
give
be
me my
better
finger.
at it.
From which hand are the fingers missing?
the right hand.
Okay, he can definitely.
I'm assuming his
pick hand is
dominant
fine.
hand.
His pick hand is good. His fret hand has all the fingers attached. He can still musician.
Yeah, he could definitely still play fiddle.
I'll roll for it.
Okay. Jarrko, the day has dawned for you.
Oh, finally.
Good day.
I'm just saying, like, people pay good money for a really good fiddle player.
They do.
He's gonna go to the
I-
to the hearth.
He's gonna go to the hearth of the underground temple he's in.
Yep.
Okay.
gonna-
Do your
Yeah, he's gonna place his great axe in front of it, in front of the hearth. Place his clan dagger in front of the hearth and start strapping on his armor.
okay. As you get up to do that, you seem to be the first one to get up to do it, but as you're doing it, others seem to follow your lead or follow their own traditions as well, as they also, there's like 3 other dwarven warriors, what looks to be a female, one of them female, 2 of them male, and then a female cleric probably, and some more commoner type individuals, not really the adventuring type. And they each seem to be also preparing in a similar way. Less so the commoners and more so the ones that look like they've been doing this for a little while.
Gotcha. So he'll be preparing his spells effectively as well. So, without the dark, there can be no light. We have purpose. Without the lie, there can be no truth. We have purpose. Without the war, there can be no victory. We have purpose. Without the death, there can be no sacrifice. We have purpose. Without the hope, there can be no future. We have purpose. Without the loyalty, there can be no one kingdom. We have purpose. Without the forged fire, there is nothing, and we would have no purpose.
Alex, can you just always play clerics? Because you do it so damn well.
I can try.
As you start to do that, the first time you do it, you say the "we have purpose" part by yourself, but hearing you do it, the others begin to recite with you the "we have purpose" each time you say it. So you say that, and then "we have purpose," and then at the end they still repeat with you, "we would have no purpose without the Forge Fire" type thing.
Oh,
So,
dude, you gotta edit that in. You gotta do a refrain with yourself.
You gotta do it, man. The struggle is real.
Without the dark, there can be no light. We have purpose. Without the lie, there can be no truth.
We have purpose.
Without the war, there can be no victory.
We have purpose.
Without the death, there can be no sacrifice.
We have purpose.
Without the hope, there can be no future.
We have purpose.
Without the loyalty, there can be no one kingdom.
We have purpose.
Without the forge fire, there is nothing.
We have no purpose.
So Octarion is not so convinced that this guy is like redeemable or is just a poor idiot who doesn't know how to take care of himself, that he's just going to hand his father's fiddle away. But if Charlie Bucket
instruments
amenable-
aren't that expensive, we could just go buy a new one. I got 8 silver. I spent literally no money when I made this character.
if Charlie's amenable, I'd like to try to teach him how to play, and if he picks up on it, perhaps I might buy him some kind of simple stringed instrument.
okay, that is possible.
All right.
You'll have to wait for the shops to open because it is breakfast time and music shops are not open.
I'm gonna roll a diplomacy to help him with that. Sort of like convince him to be like,
Yeah, it's probably a better idea. You know, you pick up a skill, you tour it around as a trade. People will pay for that. You know, you don't have to worry about getting any more fingers cut off by guards. You only got like the 3 left on the good hand. You're gonna have to start groping around in the dark with your non-dominant. It's not real good. You're gonna grab some stuff you don't want to grab.
that's
It's not
I
wrong,
don't know. He
That's
looks over at he
that's a
looks
14.
over at the barbarian, you know, makes an insinuation to Cashew with the 3 fingers and was like, "These work fine for me." And then other than that, it's just like, you know, but
Yeah, all right, sure thing, smart guy. If I hadn't gotten a hold of it and talked you out of it last night, you'd only have 2. You'll be dead and twiddling yourself. And he does that with his hands.
he kind of looks at his hands. He goes like, "Oh, yeah. Maybe an instrument might not be a bad idea."
Besides, chicks dig guys who can play music.
Oh yes, right. They love bards, don't they?
Cashew would know.
Cashew would know.
Cashew would know.
Cashew would know.
Maybe
So
not
if I'm
with
making
human
a-
girls, but like there's dryads all over the place. We just did a whole
Dryads
bit
don't
last
count.
week.
You know how
We
promiscuous
just did a
dryads
whole
are in
bit last week when
Feywild?
I was swinging hands with a tree. All right.
Are dryads the fae that humans normally find like super attractive?
nymphs.
And they can bestow nymphs. Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
Needless to say, Fae don't count, especially in the Feywild.
Well, then I shouldn't count. Period, because I'm basically Fae.
You're not a Fae.
I'm not
He's
mechanically.
Feywild fae.
Only because the game doesn't support it yet.
Yeah.
All right.
So, am I making a perform check? Is that what's going on here to try to teach him?
It would be performed for you to try and teach him. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, it's a 15 then.
I'll put this to you guys.
Well, how does aid work?
I think it's
sec.
pretty much the
I'm
same.
probably actually aiding Cashew.
See if I can roll
Much
higher than a
wiser.
9, and maybe you are.
Yeah, I rolled a 14 and I add 1. I trained perform, so
While you guys figure that out, Jarrko, you make your way back to the slobbering goblin. Not the slobbering goblin, the slobbering halfling, and you see that the animals that were put up. There we go. The saddles that you recognize. They're not there anymore. They don't seem to be hitched there anymore.
Okay.
So, it'd be good to go in.
But we still have the boars and the blue wagon.
Yeah,
All right, good.
they'll have the boars in the blue wagon. They're back in the back of the stable. You guys had to find a stable for them, but as far as you know, they're still there.
So
So aiding in Pathfinder 2nd Edition it's the same. It's a reaction, with the typical DC being 15, but at GM discretion, it could be 20 for someone that's super hard, or 10 that's something that's super easy. A success is a +2, critical success is a +4, critical failure is a -2.
it's actually
Yeah,
it's
so
actually a reaction and an action.
Oh yeah, because you have to like ready the to help, and then the reaction occurs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So your 15 does make the DC, so that's 19 plus 2.
Presumptively,
And 21 it is.
it makes this the DC.
If he can,
so-
he will just take the boars and the wagon and lead them out.
Okay.
I mean,
You
that's
were-
fair. I don't know how hard it is to teach an idiot with 8 fingers how to play a fiddle.
Yeah.
Well, he's got the fingers on the left hand where it counts, so it should be like holding a bow with like this. I guess you could do that, right? I don't know how to play any kind of stringed instrument that uses a bow, so
Let me see. The assistance isn't the hardest part. It's the hardest part is getting him to do it right. He seems like he picks up something of it, but it's definitely one of those things where you get a
Octarion will resist the urge to slap him on the back of the head with the flat of my scimitar and tell him where his thumb goes on the back of the neck, and just kind of yes, that is a sound. You've done it.
You know what? That's not bad. But you just move your thumb down here and keep your fingers over here.
right there.
There you go.
Oh, oh, you see
Incremental
that?
improvements.
You see that? Did you see that? You see that?
Yeah, we teach him how to do, like, what is it? What's that warm-up song that's just like 3 notes, 3 notes, 3 notes?
Shit, what is it? Hot cross buns.
He doesn't get that last part, but he gets a ring, and he just keeps doing that over and over again. Oh, I got it! See, I got it! Ring.
I remember when I was a beginner musician.
Yeah, Cashew loves it. He's probably one of the youngest, like, Nutt Clan ogres, so it's seeing someone who's worse at music than him is just like, yes, I can teach you all of the things that I know.
Octarion will, again, I'm not going to slap him. I'm going to pat him gently and then go to the bar and get something to drink and continue to pat him gently.
Starting early.
Probably also a little afraid for a family heirloom.
So you do that. Tibelda and probably Tibelda's kind of veering away from Charlie. But she's probably veering away from Charlie, being the one that's kind of watching over Mulgren. Trying to keep an eye on him while you guys play charity case with the halfling. So
With the guy I almost killed dead.
yeah, like almost.
I was gonna say, Jalurie might suggest that he head over to Norton's Way and visit the church/bar there, and she could write him a note to Zephy, sort of explaining stuff to her, and see if he'll go for it.
You know, that's not a bad idea. Drunks tip really well.
Oh, do they?
And he,
I
like,
am-
shakes his head real vigorously.
Oh,
And Jalurie sort of shakes her head kind of slowly, like, yeah, I do.
I shouldn't say he shakes his head. He nods very vigorously.
No, they tip so
Yes!
well. He just
Yes,
freaks
I
out.
do.
yeah, he shakes it like this, like
Yeah.
Alex is saying. He shakes it vigorously like this. All right.
What is love?
That's a modified 24 to convince him to go to the church in Norton's Way.
He looks at you and he's like, Oh, yeah, it sounds like a good idea. I heard there's lots of halflings up that way. Should be good. I'm not that. Might have to go the long way around if I can find a safe way through the highlands. But all right, I'll probably leave. It'll probably take me a little bit to get my affairs all worked out here. Probably take me I don't know, 23 days. Yeah, take me 20 days. Take me 19 days. 19 days. Yeah. 19 days, and I shall have everything worked out here, and then I could go that way.
I have no idea if you're trying to make a joke right now.
I think he's referencing his own personal calendar because in 19 days a bad thing will happen.
No, it's not my personal calendar. It
Can
doesn't
I-
take much to realize he was counting down how many days of free food he has left at this inn.
Oh, yes, that is a thing. Okay, sure. Funny.
Can I get the wagon and stuff?
You do. You get the wagon, and you bring it around, and you're in time. You hear from inside over and over again.
Someone is strangling a cat in there. So yeah, he goes in. All right, so we're leaving.
Where y'all going? Wait, you can't leave. Who's this dwarf anyway? You don't know this dwarf. You can't leave. Like what am I going to do? You know, how am I going to learn?
Well, you go to practice.
Is there like someone
knows?
here who could teach him?
I don't know. You got to pay somebody to teach him. You going to pay a tutor?
Society.
Yep, here we go. D20 minus 2. I got a 2.
You guys are good.
Zero.
That's
Did
not a
it.
good thing.
I have a.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a critical failure. I get bad information.
I got a 17.
I should have killed you when I had the chance.
17. Does Jalurie roll for her society?
We're looking for a tutor.
Yeah.
We're rolling society to
Oh,
see what's
society?
going on here in town.
I thought gather information was a diplomacy thing.
That's if you're just gathering information. Recalling information is.
Oh, recalling. Gotcha.
Oh, you sure it's not diplomacy? Because I'm way better at that.
No.
Yeah, same.
I thought you were talking about
Actually,
gathering
no, I'm not.
information. Sorry.
It's up to you guys. If you want to gather the information versus recall the information, that's up to you guys.
One imagines the gathering would take longer. 'cause
It
you
takes
gotta,
a
go out
day.
amongst the people.
Yeah,
So we don't have a day. Let's just get this man his violin. I'll get real mad and kill him when everyone's not looking, and then main quest.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do any good with the society check. So,
okay.
I definitely blundered straight into a critical failure to kind of speak in meta. Like I should not have
So-
rolled that d20.
So that is something in this second system. In Pathfinder
It
2e,
is.
anybody can roll something, but you will be punished for rolling too low. So
Well, assuming it depends on the DC. Like I got a 12 or I got a 2. So if the DC was 12 or higher to figure it out, then I fumbled and I get false information. But I'm assuming the DC. Yeah. That's what we're reaching for
Well,
here.
you are technically a foreigner trying to get local information. You got some trying to recall local information. This is not a very good roll for you.
That's fair. Yeah.
So the horseman is insistent that the best place to find a tutor of good enough quality to get him started is to find one like his dad, who was also a horse lord, probably one in the eastern part of town. That sounds right.
I don't know if that's
I would
right.
like to take Charlie aside and talk to him in private.
All right.
We're leaving in 2 minutes.
Okay.
You have 2 minutes.
Can I? Really, can I give him my idea on my
Yes.
17 really quick? Whatever that is.
So we'll assume that Cashew had the initiative on this one. 'cause
I
he-
see the mad look in Octarion's eyes. I'm like,
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this real quick.
You think that if you remember right from being with your past compatriots, as you guys went down here one time we went to Knob Landing very briefly. They did, not necessarily you.
Mhm.
And they came back talking about this one tutor who was a halfling, not a halfling, a half-elf woman who lives on she was doing a concert. She was really good. And she lives on the west side of town. That is, that's the more upper crusty side of town. And she makes enough money from both her tutoring and her own performances to keep herself there. So if you wanted to find a tutor that was good, that would be one. She also has an understudy who lives with her but charges less.
Okay, so there's this place.
You said the north end of town, right?
West.
And okay, so on the other end of town, from what Octarion's gonna tell you, don't listen to him. He tried to kill you. There's this elven, a half elven lady. She lives in a really nice house. Now you probably can't afford to take lessons from her unless you just had a huge windfall of money, and that's not gonna happen. I've seen you try to steal. You're really bad. But she has an understudy who charges a lot less. And you know what? I think I could offer you a little scholarship deal right here. I'll give you some money. You go there, you get a couple lessons. You go out, you busk a little, you get a couple jobs. You get some more lessons. You get better. Then you'll live in a huge mansion on the west end of town. And you can charge people gold pieces to be like, put your thumb there.
Or you could ride with us under the eternal blue sky, and when we are done with what we are doing, we will ride to the lands of my fathers, and there you will learn.
I'm pretty sure he's trying to kill you again.
Fiery, kapla look in his eyes. Hand on shoulder. Shoulder is down here. Hand on shoulder.
There must have been some whiskey in that coffee he drank. He gets angry when he has whiskey.
All right, you have 1 minute.
Octarion's an angry drunk.
He's a bad drunk.
Apparently.
The wagon is leaving in 1 minute.
You must decide now, Charlie.
Is the music store on the way out of town, the direction we're going?
Technically, the west side of town is the way you're going, yes.
Okay, so I will take Charlie on foot to the music store to buy him baby's first fiddle. And
then you will ride under the eternal blue sky with us, Cashew.
Yes, Cashew will go with you.
You're freaking me out, okay?
Octarion is going to follow, and he's going to look up how much a riding dog costs.
You're spending a lot of money.
I'm going to buy this dude a German Shepherd real quick.
All right. We'll go and we'll buy him this fiddle. I'm going to make sure it's it's the right size for him and whatever. And
Jesus, I don't have a 40 silver.
Because that's a hand instrument is 8 silver. I'm pretty sure. And
I think that's right, yeah.
Then I'll give him a bag of however much I think a lesson with the understudy would be, or a couple lessons with the understudy would be.
Okay.
And if he's paying for the understudy, you could use that money to buy a riding dog, or at least help me pay for one, because I don't want to spend all the rest of my silver.
Nope, not gonna do that.
We'll ride.
It's
his decision, Cashew.
It doesn't feel right. He doesn't have any money except for the money I gave him, and this money's for lessons.
Honor is
this
worth more
money's
than
for
money.
college. His money's for college, not for buying a car. All right?
Drop out of college and go to war with me.
I mean, since you're all going above and beyond, you might as well deposit your 10 gold and spend it on the guy.
Thanks, Mazes.
Your whole quest reward, just deposit it on this one NPC that was in here for a night.
This
is what happens when you wake us up in the middle of the night with bullshit. This is what happens.
He's enamored with Lucia's character. I have to teach him the way of the warrior and also the way of the musician. It's awkward.
It's very clear that Lucia is not interested. That Lucia's character is not interested. So
why do you think I'm trying to get him to stay here?
I think I said the word enamored. I would like to roll diplomacy and try to convince him that my way is better.
He'll make a pass at her, and she will kill him.
All right, wagon is leaving.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, we'll catch up. We're gonna be right back. So we go do the thing.
Should we?
No, here is the diplomacy. A boom.
Are we bringing?
That happened. That is a natural 20. Leadership.
Are we bringing Mulgren or not? He seems passed out still.
Okay.
We have a new Mulgren. His name is Charlie.
Charlie Bucket. We can't just take this little man away from his grandparents and his mother who works at the laundry place.
He's got a golden ticket. He's got a golden ticket.
Okay.
Is there what feats begin with L? Do we have a leadership? No, we don't. Damn it.
I would not let you take. I already outlawed leadership in this, so no.
You did. Fine.
So, through all the convincing, he was ready for Cashew's idea. He was like, all right, let's do this. But then, Octarion just hounds him and promises him a riding dog.
Yeah, I do not. I critically succeed. I will not spend money.
Well,
Find a stray German Shepherd. Wait, find a stray German Shepherd. It's big enough.
Well, then you're gonna have to train it.
Yeah, that takes time.
I can do that. I have ranks in nature. I can do that.
But you promise him, not like right now necessarily, but you promise him a riding dog. So Charles Charlie Bucket, as he is known right now.
Yeah. What's your real name?
Joins the party as an NPC.
Because
I'm an NPC, and you guys convince him not only to follow you, but to watch over Mulgren the whole time.
Yes. Two purposes served.
It's good. It's
Thank
good,
you,
honest work.
Jesus.
It's not a good idea, but it is honest work.
And he's got a sling and a dagger.
And he rolls against your DC.
Yours who's? What is happening?
To kill you in your sleep.
Everybody's DC. He rolls
Everybody's DC.
Diplomacy is what it would be.
Okay.
Where is his diplomacy?
What is that?
Why is he making a pass at me now?
No, it's a
The
straight.
way of the warrior
16.
is not that way. That's not how he has straight 16. That's relevant.
He has a
I
16.
don't know where anything.
What are you looking for?
Diplomacy.
It's your
I don't know what
diplomacy
that's opposed
plus
by.
10.
It's opposed
It's not-
against my
it's
diplomacy.
He's diplomatizing you, and he's diplomatizing the group. We're going to exclude Jarrko because he does not know Jarrko. We're going to exclude Tibelda because she doesn't want anything to do with him right
All right,
now.
DC 15.
Well, he makes it. He has convinced you to pay him a copper a day as a
Okay.
group.
DC
So what?
16 for Jalurie. So I don't know.
Okay, Cashew's on board with it.
I don't
And-
know that that's true.
Cashew is not opposed.
I mean,
to
actually, I'm on
paying-
board with it because I was already going to pay for his lessons, so I just take all that fucking money back.
That's fair. You did not spend that money for the lessons. And what is Octarion's DC?
He is looking at request.
Minus
Mm.
8 silver for fiddle.
DC is, if it's opposed by diplomacy, it's 10. If it's opposed by perception, it's 13.
He ain't lying. He's politicking for pay.
You know what?
That's
I'm
fair.
actually going to spend another 8 silver for a second fiddle. Because
I'll just
trying
pay
to
him.
trying to teach someone how to play the fiddle without having a fiddle also is just it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's very fair. Just pass it back and forth.
All right.
Jalurie's sort of like shaking her head. She goes, "Oh, this is a bad idea. He should be going to the church. He should be learning how to play the fiddle."
See, and I wanted
from-
to send him for lessons, but no, we had to bring him here and give him a dog.
The only church he requires is the open blue sky.
You got if you keep making serial killer eyes at me when you say that, you're gonna wake up in a ditch.
Good.
Anyway,
Sounds cozy.
so you guys head out. And Jarrko is driving, and the pigs are happy.
Of course.
So, we will go back to the map then. Go back to the overworld. I have to change my notes on that one. Following group, 1 CP per day. Cashew or Oct.
Oh, it's gonna be Octarion. I just spent 16 silver on a pair of fiddles. I suggest that we take a 5-minute break because Tommy's left, I think, to go take the metal out of his face, and I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 5-minute intermission while Adam is frozen in time.
All right.
I have to go get his brother tomorrow, and I'm sure that's going to be worse. Adam's back. Did I miss anything important?
No, Adam frozen. We all burped.
Burp,
Yeah.
burp.
I think the right time to go. Fair enough. So as we're traveling, if it's
I'm making
It's
notes
possible.
still about him following the group and getting 1 CP per day from Octarion.
that's fair. Now I natural 20, and I feel like you're forcing something on me that shouldn't have happened because I'm quick. But
You
Well-
natural 20'd after having a crit fail.
You natural 20.
that's
to get him
fair.
to
That's
follow you.
that's fair.
And you natural 20 to get him to follow you, and you got somebody to watch the body of Mulgren.
You act like I wanted that. I wanted to just hearth him out in the first place. All right, so Octarion will
That's
go ahead
how
and give him
it
a
works.
silver. I'm going to go ahead and give him a silver piece, but I would like to impress upon. Yeah, that pays for 10 days. I still had 49 silver because I didn't have to buy that much. So I'm going to give him a silver, but it's contingent on the fact that not necessarily that you do what I say now, but that's kind of the idea. Like, I'm going to teach him how to be a warrior. And the first step is I'm going to teach him how to ride before I spend money on a riding dog that he's going to kill and eat or something weird. So I'm going to just, as we're traveling, I have my own mount, and I'd like him to ride in front of me, not unlike Pippin and Gandalf so long ago. So many Lord of the Rings references today. That's the
All right.
idea.
Before this comes back to bite us in the ass.
Oh, it has already.
Late.
I've lost a silver.
No, I
I'm
not that.
invested.
I want to ask him who the other halfling he was stealing with was, and
Yeah.
if they're
Oh,
if
wait,
they're
there
gonna,
was a second.
if they're gonna come looking for him.
Oh, they, them. You don't have to worry about them. None. Nah, they won't leave town.
Is that it? Are you rolling deception?
That depends. Are you trying to sense it?
Oh
You're
yeah,
rolling deception. Roll deception.
I like him. That doesn't mean I trust him.
That is fair. Let me see. What is your deception DC? What is your deception DC? I believe it's
10
no,
plus
it's your
my
perception.
bonus, right?
Yeah, it's your perception, not your
Oh,
deception.
my perception is only fucking 11.
Okay.
Gullible.
13 for
I might-
Jalurie.
Hey, he wasn't talking to you. He was
Well,
talking
I'll
to
make
But
the
he's
argument
talking,
for
and I'm gonna listen.
I'll make the argument for Octarion because we're both kind of fucking invested in this.
We
Okay.
are. We
I
are.
so
And
Octarion is
Jalurie's
riding
not. He
ahead.
just lost 2 silver for food.
Two-
Which,
You
Yeah.
lost 2 silver. I lost 16, and he's gonna train a dog.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
fair.
And I'm gonna teach this dude how to ride it and shoot a bow while riding it and worship a god that he's never heard of. And sing with his throat and play a weird instrument. And now I have to roleplay a thing. Why can't I just have killed him? That was what was curse you shitty dice rolls.
Well, you could have just let me have
Dice
it,
rolls were
man.
fine.
Shut the hell up. Is he lying or isn't he?
What's your DC,
Oh, shit,
Octarion?
God, I'm sorry. 13.
I mean, probably not. They probably won't come after him. Seems all right.
Shadowing.
I mean, he was a shitty thief, so no big loss.
Yeah.
The guy levels up.
No, I don't want to worry about, maybe you owe some people money, or you pissed off a girl real bad, now she wants to chop off your John Thomas. I don't, this just, I'm game, man. I gotta know before. It's not the sort of surprise you just spring on a guy who's like, "Hey, you want to come live on the road with us?"
Oh, yeah, sure. I gotcha. Nope, that's wrong. Yeah, Governor. Yeah, I know. I got you. It's not like it's all right. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
All right.
So,
Can't say it like
Charlie.
that and not make me suspicious.
Yeah.
To Oxrock.
Yeah. Cashew starts singing "Lever Johnny" as we trundle down the road.
Lever, Johnny, lever.
Oh, lever, Johnny, lever. Where the voyage is long and the wind don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. There you go.
Jalurie, she's not like bawling, but she's definitely, her eyes are watering just a little bit.
Jeez.
Jalurie's oversensitive even when she's not drunk.
Yeah, that's
Just
what
the
I'm,
music.
That's just what I'm. That's what I'm seeing.
Classic. Octarion is gonna ride out, like along the road. What's the terrain like around here, Adam?
It's
In this neck of the
fairly
woods.
nice, fairly even. You'll occasionally see a tree or two, but it's not like a full grove of trees like you saw up to the north of Knob's Landing. That small grove. It's a lot more sparse than even that.
Okay.
Mainly
so it's pretty wide
grassland.
open spaces.
Yeah, and let me move you guys to the map because you're still going to be this first part of the day, this first part of the travel. You'll still be within range of seeing farms and things like that.
As we're traveling, what sort of weapons does this guy have? I mean, he
Dagger
used
to
to
sling, right?
Yeah, dagger and sling.
Depending on his strength score, he's got one of the best ranged weapons in the game.
Yeah, I'm
It's pretty
realizing
neat,
now.
though.
I wasn't exaggerating when I said I didn't spend any money on Cashew because none of my equipment costs anything.
Do you get the
Except the
instrument for
drum.
free?
No, the instrument costs me money, but I'm not wearing any armor. Clubs are free, and so oh no, I suppose the javelins aren't.
So that's all you spend. Javelins are pretty cheap. As
Yeah.
saying, coming from the guy who's carrying 20 of them.
Yeah, I've got
Also,
5.
is it acceptable to say that like backpacks can be bought as saddlebags? Because saddlebags don't really exist.
You can attach a backpack like a saddlebag.
Okay, cool. So once we get out of sight of, the landing, Tarion's gonna ride out with Charlie, out like away from the wagon and the boars and out of sight of it. Then I'm going to like mechanically, I have spent the actions to command the animal, but I'm gonna hand the reins to Charlie, and I'm gonna teach him how to drive.
Is it
On this
okay if
vessel.
before you do that, Jalurie lets him borrow one of her daggers so that he has a backup?
He has a
He
dagger.
has.
It's pretty
he has
big
a
on
dagger.
him. As you're
So-
riding out, Cashew's like,
If he gets scary, just holler and I'll get you.
Okay. He smiles at you. He's missing some teeth. He's missing like 5 teeth.
Yeah, he's probably pretty bad at fist fighting too.
He likes the open palm technique better.
He has monk levels that we don't know about.
Ba-ba-bum.
We're gonna get stunning, or not stunning fist. We're gonna get. I always retrain it. What is it called? Quivering palm. We're all gonna get quivering palmed to death in our sleep.
the only instrument he knew how to play before today was the skin flute.
Yeah, you can make money doing that too. Hail, Calistria!
So, you teach him to drive. You can roll me that.
I don't know what I'm rolling. That's because like there's no ride
Train
check.
animal.
There's no like
Yeah, handle
just
animal.
like a nature check.
Yeah, your handle animal
Okay.
check.
Yeah, I think nature
Alright.
is the conduct an animal. It's definitely nature for
Modified
training
20.
an animal.
Mhm. I'm pretty sure a modified 20 is a critical success. I think. I don't know. You set the DC, I think, Adam.
Right. It is not. What was the result?
Modified 20. 18 plus 2.
Okay. So I mean, he seems to get the hang of it. Okay. It takes a little bit, but you've got all day. You've got all day of traveling. So,
Sure.
Knob's Landing, you're able to take that first half day of travel and get to it. Get across, and you're able to get him a little bit of training in it. He kind of seems to pick it up okay.
Okay. How does he feel about it? Does he seem to enjoy it? Does he seem to?
He doesn't seem to like it all that much, as far as doing it, because he seems to have an aversion to this size of animal. So
As we're riding, just like
kind
I
of
want
has
to
the
impress upon Charlie that this way of life is better. He is free. There are no like walls to constrict him, and if he were to find something out here, it wouldn't necessarily be, finger losing for him to take it.
And he kind of
then good.
He would kind of look around, and one of his responses would be something along the lines of, "But where's all the women around here?"
Okay, now I will backhand him. Not hard, but just like, no. Oh, I did that. I scared my cat.
In the trees. They're in the tree.
They are. That was literally last session.
But that's his thing.
Speaking of
Then,
that,
as we're turning around and coming back, I'd like to ask Charlie. I'm going to be a huge dick at Kane, but I'd like to ask Charlie what his real name is.
Oh, don't you say he's Charlie Bucket? You heard him.
Agents of Fate are lucky, I suppose, at guessing names. Okay, yeah, I want to be gone for most of the day. And then I'll just like...
You take Charlie and run off for most of the day, just riding.
Fucking monopolize our child? How am I supposed to teach him an instrument?
We'll get there. It's a 19 on a survival check, that's got to be a critical success to track a wagon hauled by boars, and Cashew isn't quiet to figure out where that
you know
is.
where they're going, so yeah,
That's
you know
fair.
where they're going. There's no real reason to
Okay.
track, especially since it's not until half the day's over that you start to leave the places where you have clear markers for farmland and cattle and stuff. So,
Mhm.
so you do that trekking. Jarrko is
Yeah,
driving.
there's no critical success. It's just finding it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jalurie is probably going to talk to Jarrko.
Okay.
She wants to sort of hop out of the wagon.
Why are you out of the wagon? He's driving.
Not like out of the wagon. She's gonna hop out of the back of the wagon onto the front of the wagon, like
Okay.
the seat for driving.
And
Next
now
to
he's
him.
now Jalurie is gonna try to steal from him and hide under the wagon, and then go back again and try to steal some stuff, and then try to disable the wagon.
No. Probably not. Probably not. Okay.
So, you planning on stealing my tent again tonight?
I haven't thought about it. And I never stole it. I just borrowed it.
Yeah, in a real sort of creepy way. Don't do that again. And she's gonna head back in.
We'll see.
Shit on nerd, he's gonna sleep in your bed.
Uncle Jarrko over here. That might
Tibelda
have been
just kind of
creepier
looks
than I
back and
anticipated.
forth. Tibelda just looks back and forth at you two, and he's like, she leans over to Jarrko and says, "She's always kind of touchy about certain things. Some things not."
Yeah, she seems very uncertain about herself.
I guess. Man, it's hard to play Lucia as Tibelda because I'm role-playing Lucia, role-playing Tibelda. I don't know
Roleplayception.
I don't know Lucia about that well to do that, so
Just don't fall into Yasha and you'll be fine.
yeah, that is fair. Well, Yasha has spoopy necro powers along with her stuff. I don't think Lucia does. So, but
Even if Tibelda does, they've been severely nerfed in 2nd edition, so it'd be alright.
no, it's still viable compared to the other powers. But
Fair.
that's for around the hearth. Tibelda probably spends with. So he's gonna want. Tibelda spends most of her time between shotgunning with Jarrko and taking care of Mulgren.
You said that, and I just pictured her like forcing the end of a key into a Coors Light and just.
Yeah, that'd be
Nope.
Jalurie would do that.
Yeah. Jarlurie's the fun drunk that gets sad really fast. All right. And Jarrko just drives, huh?
Mhm.
Drives along.
Someone has to be the responsible one.
Jalurie's probably keeping an eye in the direction of Milcian to see if she can see it a little bit better from here.
So it has been about 2-ish days since you left Milcian, and that cloud has not disappeared. You guys are several days. You are 2 or 3 days away from it diagonally. 1, 2.5. So you guys are 2.5 days from it, ish. Just as the crow flies, and way in the distance, you can still see, way up in the sky, this black speck that represents where it is. It's a tower. It's like a tower of little blackness, real thin. 51.6.
Sorry, I'm figuring out how much money I actually have left. I still have almost 100 silver.
Damn.
Wow.
All done. Can I borrow some? I might have to buy a dog.
That's after buying 4 instruments.
So, you guys go ahead and travel that half day. Do you want to rest the boars, or do you want to push them on?
Let's push them. It's pretty close to
I agree.
Octar.
Okay.
And bad things are happening, and we're all aware of it. So Octarion would, as much as I've gone away to train my apprentice, to train me and Kane's new love child.
Yeah,
We
not
should
your
hurry up.
apprentice. He's our apprentice. I'm not gonna call him a love child.
I'll call him love child. I'll make it real awkward.
All right.
His name is Charlie.
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 So you guys continue
Charlie
to...
bit me.
All right, enough memes.
Charlie.
You guys continue on. You don't stop for lunch. The animals protest a bit, and they don't. You make time. You do make time. You're able to push a bit farther than you normally could have, not doing so. But you do start to get some push back from the boars, especially. So
Can I nature check him?
you can.
Natural 20. Here, I will. Can you guys read that?
Let it
Oh.
focus. Yeah, there it is.
Okie dokie. Natural 20 just to get a general recall knowledge and get a feeling for them.
To like get them to simmer down and do what they need to do,
Oh, so it's a handle animal.
which is on nature because handle animal was not a check.
Right. Okay. I mean, it's not. You can do it. You get them to behave better, and they don't travel protesting as much. So
Okay.
it is something that is doable.
Okay.
So they don't protest nearly as much. You've definitely
In
passed.
this strange and magical universe, I have to ask if I get anything extra.
With the 20 is not a critical success to get them to see.
But,
It was a
but
natural,
natural
20,
20s
though.
are critical successes.
Oh, natural 20. That's right.
Mm.
Natural 20. Yeah, you get them to simmer down. They seem to trust you a bit. They seem to respect. Trust might not be the right word. They seem to respect you a bit more than they did before. You get the feeling that if pushed again for another day's travel like this, they probably would kind of just do it what you and Jarrko say rather than protesting as much.
Okay.
But you're not sure how good an idea that is for them to do that physically.
Sure. That makes sense. Okay. Well, that's all I had. 2 ox rock.
Okay.
Do we make ox rock by pushing? Is that how that works?
No, you don't make Octar by pushing because you're 2 days travel away.
Okay.
So you had to travel this other part of Knob's Landing, which was the farmland. You've got to get right. You're right there now. That's the end of your day. Is right there.
Okay.
So you went from here, and you traveled 2 squares in a day.
So, did Octarion, does he ride that horse bareback, or did you spend the 40 silver for tack?
I did spend the 40 silver for tack, not barding, because Jesus, barding is really expensive, but that's most of my gold.
I was just thinking you're gonna have to spend that tack cost again for the riding dog.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if there's any, like, what happens if
spend-
you ride bareback?
It's not that bad. Anyway, so time for night. Everybody ready for bed?
Yep.
Sleeping in the wagon.
Sleeping in the
Jalurie
bed. Bye,
will,
Mulgren, huh?
Yeah, I'm not gonna cozy up with the boars.
Okie dokie.
Jalurie will write a note to Jarrko and post on the outside of her tent, basically saying,
No creeps allowed.
not that bad.
Girls only.
It's just gonna be I'm throwing a punch next time I catch you in my tent.
That's worse than no creeps allowed. That's violence.
Yeah, that's violence.
That is violent.
And we all know that you bought, like, don't you have, like, spike gauntlets? Did you not?
I have spiked and regular.
So you just got full plate from here up that doesn't interfere with your casting.
Yep.
Yeah, she's like covered in studs and freaking knives and everything.
She has one less knife right now, though, because she's loaning one.
So Charlie can dual wield.
All right. So who's taking which watches, and when are we? And we need perception rolls for each.
Which watches?
First or last?
Octarion will take the first watch. He will.
I will take the last.
I'll take the second.
Charlie will be voluntold to take the first watch with.
No, he's gonna take last watch with me.
No, he needs to take first watch with me.
Why?
He doesn't have dark vision.
Neither do I. That's why he's gonna take last watch with me, with Cashew.
You do so have. You have dark vision.
I do
You
not.
totally do. Half orc ancestry.
No, it doesn't give you.
It can give you low light, but I don't have that. I took the orcish tongue and intimidating visage.
Oh, fair. Okay.
Cashew can't see in the dark either.
Not picking Octarion. Okay, here come those opposed diplomacy checks. Here we go.
Oh
This is the broken universe. /
No,
R1
just
D
a flat
20
check.
minus 2.
Flat check.
Flat check. That's a little better for me. I'll take that. All right. Yeah. All right. Pride giveth and RNG taketh away. You see it.
Three.
It's a 3. I don't see it.
It's
It's
a 3.
in the
Yeah.
roll 20.
I rolled it in roll 20.
Okay, well my 9 beats your 3, and roll 20 is not updating.
So, no, I'd much rather take the last watch, boss. If you don't mind.
Yeah, you get to sleep more.
Yeah.
It's less scary.
Octarion will reluctantly agree.
See, he knows
I guess Jalurie is taking third watch right after Jarrko, unfortunately.
Okay. So Oct and Jarrko wanted
Second.
second.
Fucking handheld instruments.
You got to figure out how to weaponize them, dude. You got to how would you even?
All right.
The
well,
drums are obvious.
yeah.
The hurdy-gurdy is probably heavy enough. It's really, really unwieldy, but it's probably heavy enough.
Yeah, they're real heavy. They are not light instruments.
It's like, where would you couldn't grab it by the handle because it's not like you just break the handle.
The crank? Yeah, well, you wouldn't be able to swing it by the crank.
I feel like you just jam somebody in and then start cranking and hope you jam a finger. I think that's what you'd have to do. What are the other two?
All right.
The 2 fiddles.
Ariel, come on, dual wield. Is that
Well,
much of a
Get like adamantine fiddles.
Yeah, you just poke them in the eye with your bow.
Just
That
shoot
rosin
them.
juice is gonna irritate your corneas.
Yeah,
Man,
you
poison and
dual wield.
disease is powerful enough in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. That's the Drow Bard probably has some gross rosin. Come to think, just now you're gonna die.
Just slap those strings right across his eyes. You're blind forever now.
All right.
Perception from Octarion is a 13. For my watch, I want to Do we make camp while there's still a little bit of light out? Is that when first watch takes place?
First watch takes place from when the sun goes down, and a few hours in.
Okay, fair enough. Then Octarion will carry a torch. I'm trying to keep this from falling on the mouth because it's a ball, so I have to balance my tongue on the stud of my piercing. And it's a 13 for me and a 16 for my horse. I want to ride out around the camp and a little farther because now that I don't have Charlie with me, I'd like to enjoy the freedom for a little while and just kind of gallop around the area, but not so far away as I can't mind the camp.
Now that I don't have my self-imposed burden, I'm
Precisely,
going to.
yes. It's just like having children. That may have been seen at a slap at you, Adam. That was not the goal. But I realized it could have been, and I'm sorry.
No, I get it. take 10. No, take 10 lethal damage. No. Anyway,
I think that would. Yeah, I'd have 5 hit points left. I could do that. It'd be fine.
and death save and poison saving.
Ah!
No. Anyway,
Target my will or my fort. Anyway, yes. What happened?
the first watch goes fair. There doesn't seem to be any weird stuff go on. You have the normal night. It passes fairly well.
Okay.
No strangeness. There's a bit of a breeze that blows occasionally from down in the not from down. Actually, yes, from down. From the plains down below where you are. There always seems to be a odd wind that flows from the plains of forgetfulness. You've been told, probably by Charlie. It's like, we don't want to go the low road. We don't want to go the low road. Stay on the regular road, type thing.
Okay.
So yeah, there's that, and that's mainly
That's
what
good.
you get for the night.
Okay. Fair enough. I will. If I know Jarrko's next, I'll go ride back, and if he's like getting himself up, I'll rouse him.
Okay.
Well, if you wake him, he'll get up.
But like, I don't know if like, I don't know. Maybe you are smarter and you know when you're supposed to get up. Maybe you set your alarm. Maybe alarm works that way.
There
Like
are
as for
no-
the spell in second edition, with like the trigger being like after this much time has passed, it goes off. That's useful. And everyone is pissed off. Yeah, exactly.
The rogue surreptitiously, the rogue comes in and surreptitiously uses disable arcane device or whatever it is to turn it off before it can go off and everybody sleeps in.
And you get fired from your job.
Well, I mean, if they do it right, they just think that the mage didn't do it right. So
Yeah, or it went off and you like in your sleep you shut it off. Oh, that's the worst.
all right.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, there has to be whenever I pass through without saying a word. The funny part is, as I look at alarm in the spell section of the core book, I don't know who has that on their spell list.
I do.
Yeah, I bet you do, but like it does not clearly say that is divine, arcane,
Yeah.
or occult.
Doesn't.
Ugh, bad.
They should use
I
a
feel
little
bad for the
they
cleric
like
and the bard.
symbols. They like symbols in second
Yeah.
edition. Use symbols
Yeah.
like they did in
Like they did
Starfighter.
Starfinder with mystics and technomancers. Yeah, that would make sense.
Super easy.
So it's probably not a whole lot of like conversation to wake up Jarrko so much to just kind of like grab him by the shoulders, shake him a little, and once he's up, just you're up, and then go to like water and feed my horse and my falcon that I remember exists. Familiars are bad, but I've committed to having.
I don't like
Oh,
they
well.
take your action away to use them. That seems kind of
Yeah.
broken, Paizo. Fix
Yeah,
that.
right. And they're pretty good. Like you can get extra spells if you're a caster, so that's cool. But like, I'm a ranger.
I mean,
don't got none.
that's what they're for, though. Spells.
The only thing you're going to use it for is scouting, anyways.
Is something that can speak common and fly and scout for us. Yeah, that's the idea. Which still is good. I just have to be creative with it. Which I mean, welcome to Pathfinder. Anyway,
All right. Jarrko is up.
Mm-hmm. That
So-
he is.
Even spending so much time out, let's go ahead and get that roll for you. And
No, I
can-
got a 6.
6?
Yeah.
All right. So, even spending all that time out and about that you have outside of the whole underkeep and stuff like that, you still don't always get used to having the sky open so bright and so big over you, especially in these plains. And Jarrko looks up and glances at the stars, probably doesn't keep his eyes on them very long because it's just uneasy
Yeah.
having so much room.
There's
above his head.
there's so many directions you could be attacked from.
And with your 6, you kind of look around and you think you see something in the in the bushes, shaking bushes, occasionally.
He'll pick up a rock and toss it into the bush.
Ow!
Cashew!
I got up to take a pee!
You don't know how you missed him behind such a small bush.
That's a 6. That's how.
Yeah, that's exactly how. That beats none of our stealth DCs.
But you did, so I mean, Cashew knows to announce himself now, I guess.
What are you
Sorry,
doing?
I didn't mean to steal your exposition with my joke.
Yeah, you did.
That seems to be what you and I are doing this game, is just stealing the narrative.
All right, but other than that, you don't really, other than Cashew's interruption, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot that goes on during your current little expedition, and yeah.
It's all good.
All right. That means that it is now Jalurie's turn.
I'll go and open up her tent.
It's like she's invented Zipper just for her tent.
Yep. And he'll like kick her leg.
Her eyes dart open and she sort of kicks back at your shin.
Okay.
Not like as a, just sort of as like a gut reaction. You know what I'm saying? Like you wake up in the middle of the night, throw a fist, that type of thing.
Yep, I'm with you. I understand that completely. Mm-hmm.
Sarcasm.
No, not sarcasm. I am 100% with you. I don't wake up well when I'm surprised.
Don't wake up Tommy.
That's good knowledge for you guys. Next time we hang out, well, wake me up, but don't surprise me. If you surprise me, I'm liable to kick. I get
You can
scared.
wake him up if you're inside. You can wake him up if you're inside, but
It'll be fine. I'll do it. It's not the first time I've been cold clocked by a sleeping relative.
There you go. There's secret sweetness in that. It made me feel good inside.
It's
But,
time for you to
I have
wake
a
up,
family.
sleepyhead.
She gets up and you sort of see her put on her 2 gauntlets and she sort of looks at them, trying to decide which one she wants to use, and then
Acting purely on instinct, Jalurie puts on a weapon. Click, click, click,
no.
click. Sorry.
This one's not instinct. This is very intentional, and she is. Well, on top of that, you need to be armed during the night watch, of course. So,
of course.
she's going to head out and she's going to cast light on her right gauntlet.
Okay.
So that she can sort of see around, and she's going to take her watch.
So this bright light illuminates from Jalurie's gauntlet around the whole camp.
It's only
basically.
20 feet.
It's not a very big camp. There's only like,
Yeah, there's just
I
a small
guess so.
handful of us.
and you're sleeping you're sleeping around the campfire for warmth, because it is the nights do get cool, not cold.
Because we're like
but cool.
September.
It is technically this setting's September.
Okay.
All right,
And
then
late September. Mid-September.
she's going to sort of stick to the edge, like where the light's just shining back onto camp, so she can sort of see
Okay.
within the dim light.
All right, you click it on, and you hear a voice say, "Hey, turn out that light. It's bright. It's not daytime."
We've picked a winner, Kane.
Then, aha! Net 20 for perception.
Okay. Natural
The dice
20.
would be kind to me today.
Indeed. With a natural 20, there's, you get up, you start your watch, and it's almost immediately, there seems to be some noises around the dark side of the wagon that you're starting to make your march, and as you do, you're holding up your gauntlet and you're letting it go down, and it casts those long shadows that those lights do. And in the shadows, there seems to be a noise, and you hear a
Coming from inside the wagon or outside?
that is probably it's probably on the driver's seat of the wagon.
All right.
Coming from where you saw Charlie fall asleep.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say the way you described it at first, like Cashew probably just rolled over on top of him.
No.
And
All right,
our love child is smothered to death. This is why you don't sleep with your kids, guys. Don't do
Yep.
it. You
I
smother
sleep with
them.
my kids all the time.
Yes, but
Yeah,
you're
but
not
you
cashew
also-
sized.
You also weigh like 130 pounds soaking wet.
No.
She will.
Very true. He might weigh closer to about 50.
I am flattered that you guys don't think I weigh that much.
Yes,
you
the
can be in
GM's
person.
weight for hero.
Yeah. Ooh, and a hero point.
So Jalurie will run around so that she is within view of the front of it and see who is doing this, and if it is someone who is not in the party or Charlie, she will spend 2 actions to cast harm on him, whoever it is.
Okay. So, sounds good. You
And that will happen next time.
no.
Good. I'm sorry, I'm terrible.
We're almost done, but Jalurie gets around to the side and she sees a body slip off of the seat, and she hears noise running away from the wagon, and she hears more than just one pitter patter of feet.
Jalurie's maternal instinct.
More than one pitter-patter of feet, huh?
Yes.
And I take it they're still not within 30 feet wherever they are. So,
You see bodies. If you look, well, you did look. You got a 20 perception. You rolled high enough. You crit to look, and you see there's a medium creature, and then there is a. Let me get this right.
Well done.
So you see a halfling, a human, and probably another human, and another medium creature. Probably human is you think maybe human or humanoid sized, running away, and between 2 of them, they're carrying the obvious body of Charlie, but they're also carrying the body of Tibelda, who has been bound and is struggling.
uh-oh.
It's a good thing they took her in her sleep, because that shit wouldn't have worked otherwise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
And
Okay,
that is where
so-
we'll leave it for tonight.
I'm about to pick up my D20 to make the perception check to see if I hear this.
You don't get
Well,
no perception check.
I'm
You're a
figuring
The hell I don't, they're being loud.
that. Well, the
Not
closest
secret.
the closest we
Wow.
get is Jalurie yelling, "Everybody, wake the fuck up! They're kidnapping our barbarian and our love child."
Our love child.
Our love child.
Alrighty. Fine.
Alright, we don't even get that attack roll for the surprise round.
You can remember it for this time, and it's not a surprise. They knew that you were there. You're carrying a big, bright light.
Fair enough.
So
Jalurie has
Kidnapped.
attack roll.
Good guy, Kane. Good guy, Kane.
all right.
It's not
So-
even an attack roll, it's just a straight save. Never mind.
Beginning of next session. What are you doing?
Casting
Harm
harm.
spell.
Harm.
That's 2 action.
So
Gonna
range
throw it.
to that harm spell. All right. Tibelda and Charlie kidnapped.
All right, that's the first whole page of notes for Broken Universe, guys. This is official. We're playing a game and junk.
Oh, yeah.
It's only taken us 3 sessions to get into combat.
No, there was combat at the beginning of this session.
There's a round
It
Yeah,
was
there
2 rounds. I just missed the first attacks, and now Kane and I have a child together. Pathfinder is fun.
Kane,
Pathfinder
I
makes
did
sense.
not do that. I
No.
did not do any
No, you
romantic
didn't.
interest.
That's
I
not
did
even.
not
I,
throw
as
that
much
on
as I
you.
want to blame you for it, I can't. I can't even. It happened again. I ended up with a kid, and we're not even. It didn't even take 40 episodes like it did last time.
Nope, took 3. It's too bad that the
And it's with
multi-class
a
system
dude.
works.
And
Yeah, we did it.
We're basically the same species this time.
Yeah. Basically, we're humans with a class. We're
That's the-
Gestalt. I'm a Gestalt human elf. That's what I am. That's essentially
I'm
what's
a
going
Gestalt
on.
human orc. Well,
Yeah.
mechanically, I'm actually just an ogre.
You're a fey ogre.
And now we're parents together. And I really wish the
You guys
multi-class
are really
system were different
overselling
because
the whole adopted kid thing.
he can't be a ranger multi-class bard because it doesn't exist in the game.
You guys are really overselling this, considering he's an adult.
Okay, that doesn't mean he's capable of taking care of himself. Look at his right hand. He obviously needs
Yeah,
parental
he's
support.
really bad at getting by on his own.
He is. He needs a lot of help.
As evident by his lack of fingers and the fact that he is being kidnapped.
He needs to learn the way of the warrior and also how to play every instrument we can put in his hands.
I'm telling you, we're gonna turn this little guy into a Renaissance man.
Yeah.
We're gonna do
All
it.
right.
He's
So,
not above burning villages for gold.
We're here.
We're here to burn your homes.
all right. With that,
Cashew has come to
you.
burn homes!
thank you, travelers, for stopping back by the end of Planar Crossroads. We hope you had a wonderful time watching us, and we hope that you continue to return and hopefully see us get into this and get on the main story and not get distracted by a random NPC that was just there to give them something to do a little bit. So
That was
If we
just
do this-
there was some archetypal ass Dungeons and Dragons right there. Story
It was, yes,
NPC
it was.
NPC.
So-
if we keep doing this, Alex is gonna get so mad.
I'm trying to
doesn't
push
matter.
the narrative, but I'm asleep like half the time.
Fair.
So.
That's fair.
have a great day. God bless and enjoy. Bye.
Bye.
Hasta luego.
Farewell and adieu to you Spanish ladies. Fade out on this. Farewell and...